We've created 4 living, breathing Victorian worlds.
It's their pee.
And challenged 6 famous faces to survive 24 hours in each of them. Trapped in the past for 4 days with no 21st century luxuries.
That's just wood.
There is no escape, only hard work. This series takes us back to a time when 3/4 of us lived hand to mouth.
You're worrying about the fact that you won't get as much lunch as you would do otherwise.
Please don't say that, that's really rude.
Working for exacting bosses.
Ow! This is a family business and I own it.
When it's muck, it's brass.
Doing the jobs our ancestors were born to do.
I'm searching through horse manure for dog muck.
Gut-wrenching work.
It just smells terrible.
And back-breaking hours. They need to earn enough money for food.
We only work when we get paid.
And a roof over their heads.
Tuppence each, please.
Living 24 hours in the past. Who will conquer the 19th century and discover their inner Victorian?
You can't keep me here forever.
Our time travellers have just finished their 2nd day in Victorian Britain.
Come on, let's go, run, run, run!
When they struggle to survive life in a coaching inn. When they leave their next workplace, they will have spent 72 hours living and working in the past.
I do apologise.
Anybody going to serve us in this tavern?
Former world champion hurdler Colin Jackson and impressionist Alistair McGowan had a crash course in horse care.
Whoa.
Actress Zoe Lucker and presenter Makita Oliver discovered the harsh reality of a life in service.
Okay? No, you're not, are you?
Former Home Office Minister Anne Widdecombe paid a high price for taking a moral stand.
This man has cheated you.
I did ask you to leave the property, Anne, but
I
obviously not doing it,
cannot
yeah.
wait to leave your property.
Excellent, that's lovely. Tiger!
Coming!
And actor Tiger Drew Honey found his inner Victorian. His hard work earned him the chance to choose the first job at the next workplace.
That makes me really happy.
Now they will get their first taste of working life at the height of the Industrial Revolution. This is the Gladstone Pottery in Staffordshire. It was one of over 40 potteries in the town of Longton. In the 1840s, it employed 41 adults and 26 children. Every year, these workers produced 250,000 china cups, plates and ornaments for the booming Victorian middle class. The work is real, the sweat is real, and the skilled potters really know their trade. Oh, wow.
I'm raring to go, but in a pretty dire physical state. My feet are killing me.
I'm not really looking forward to meeting whoever's in charge today, because they're usually the ones that crack the whip.
Hello.
Morning.
Oh, welcome to another 24 hours in the past. You are about to enter the pottery, where, of course, those working conditions are going to be difficult, the hours will be long, and your jobs are going to require skill. You're all entering at a time of great political upheaval across the country, where workers are finally demanding better lives for themselves. So, you know the drill by now. You may take a diary. These are written by people who have lived the kind of lives that you're about to experience. By the end of this, you will have spent 72 hours in Victorian Britain. I know, 72 hours is nothing. It's nothing, it's nothing. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you in 24 hours.
Here we go again.
If you're asking me to paint a picture of a Victorian lady on a plate, we're in Generation Game territory, I'm afraid.
Well, from my point of view, it's going to be hilarious because I have no practical capabilities whatever.
This is so unfamiliar to me, but I imagine I'm not going to be Demi Moore in Ghost.
Like our time travellers, thousands of workers came into the towns and cities looking for jobs. In its heyday, Staffordshire had more than 2,000 kilns, fuelled by the local coal mines. It's heavy industry feeding off heavy industry. Household names like Wedgwood, Spode and Royal Dalton all had their factories nearby. But the potteries were places of smoke, heat and poison, where life expectancy was only 46 years old. Waiting for them inside are Victorian expert Ruth Goodman and their new overseer, real-life heavy industry boss Tim Blandford.
Good morning. My name's Mr. Blandford. This is Gladstone Pottery, and I own it. These kilns don't fire pots, they print money. That's how I think about it. That's how you need to think about it.
The 19th century was an industrial age, and at this point in history, the manufacturing capital of the world was here in Britain. You're going to be experiencing the rhythm and the rigours of the new factories.
If any of you is a weak link, we all lose out. Any broken pottery or any substandard pottery will be deducted from your wages, which you can collect from the pub this evening. Tiger, I understand you've been working well.
Apparently.
If you'd like to choose a job first.
What's a flywheel turner?
Flywheel turner is going to be someone who's constantly either turning...
You're moving a leg or something, aren't you? Yeah.
Baller up sounds like packing.
Do I have to do any dancing if I'm a one-legged dancer?
Does a jollier mean that you're just on a jolly?
OK, I'll be a one-legged dancer.
You see, the thing is, personally, I think you would look lovely in a bonnet and shawl. But you have actually chosen a female job there.
Oh, OK.
So would you like to have another go?
Baller upper.
Right. Anybody else like to take over this one-legged dancer amongst the ladies?
All right, well, I'll be a one-legged dancer.
I'll try a jollier. I could do it being jollier.
I'll do flywheel turning.
I need all my workers to be fit, strong, and able to work long, hard hours. I'm afraid you're too old, so I have no work for you this morning. If you'd like to come back this afternoon, there may be some work that may be suitable for you. OK, if you five would like to come with me?
Bye, Anne.
Bye, poor old woman that I am.
You just got left on her own.
I know. Let her there, she can cook.
That's all right, I'll just stand by the fire till somebody finds me something to do. Well, I suppose by Victorian standards I am old. But of course, in the century that I come from, what would I be doing? Sewing. Not so in the Victorian age. In the age that I'm in now, I'm stranded.
For most of our workers, apart from our mature friend Anne, it's time to get down and dirty with the clay. Turning this into this is how pottery owner Mr. Blandford makes his money. However hard they graft, our workers will only get paid by what comes out of the kiln, known as good from oven.
Mr. Kevin,
Morning.
these are your workers for today.
Excellent.
Overseeing their work is master potter Kevin Millwood.
I'm your boss, OK? So you do what I tell you to do. I've been potting for 45 years. I know this business. They need to follow my instructions. If they don't, they'll be in trouble. I'm going to put one of you on the balling up. What I want you to do is weigh out the clay on the scales here, knock it into a ball. You two, next door.
So I'm kind of like feeding the whole room, like making sure they've got enough clay.
The craftsmen are producing an item a minute. Each ball has to be the exact weight and shape for each machine, and no dirt or air pockets.
I used to love working with clay at school, so actually, I think I might even slightly enjoy this.
Have we got some more clay?
I've just literally given you £4, literally 1 second ago, sir.
We use one a minute. Nothing about.
If the clay is not prepared properly, the pottery will be useless. Tiger's clay will be used in the machine room by Jollier Alistair making cups and Jiggerer Colin making plates.
Our end product here is the body of a cup that will be going off to the finishing room where we can put the handle on it. It'll go off to be glazed and fired. OK, so the mould goes in, ball in to the bottom, press it down, and then about halfway through, it'll start to bounce like they feel it.
Yeah.
Woo. And that's it done.
And that's the end product.
A minute each.
What, they should take a minute each.
A minute each. Can I have a carrier, please?
Right.
Powered by the factory's engines, these machines were at the cutting edge of 19th century technology.
Aiming for 60 an hour. That's a hazard.
Just wet the clay, just help it down a little bit. You pick it up with that hand, turn it over.
And slap it down.
Slap it down. Press it out from the middle, and that's perfect.
That is perfect.
The lad will take it in there and bring me another mould back.
This is so technical.
At the other end of the factory, the equipment is still powered manually.
Right, one-legged dancer.
Does it matter what leg, sir?
Yes, you need to use your right leg. OK, get into the rhythm.
One-legged dancer Makita is powering the potter's lathe.
It's so much more difficult than it looks because you've got to wait for the lever to be in a certain place and then you kick down. Happy with that, sir?
That's good.
Nice and steady. I'll tell you when I want it to be slower, but try and keep it at a nice steady speed.
OK.
Flywheel turner Zoe is turning the potter's wheel.
Come on, a bit faster. That's a good, Pete. That's good. Just a bit slower. That's good. Slower, slower.
It's just like doing a really weird kind of machine at the gym. Not that I go to the gym. Oh, God, crikey.
They have 2 hours until dinner to master their new jobs.
Pull it down. Keep it going as fast as you can. Keep it going.
I'm just finding it really hard to change the speed with my leg.
No, you got to let go of it.
I completely missed the mould.
No, you're getting too fast again.
It's a skill, it's a finesse. And unfortunately, I just don't have it.
Don't make excuses.
Holy hell. Holy hell.
Potters would spend years learning their craft, so our workers are being thrown in at the deep end.
At the moment, it's literally hit and miss. It really is hit and miss. Some good, some bad. Like that.
That's better.
So that's a good one. That's my best yet.
Very good.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you.
The finished moulds are placed in a room to dry.
Can we have some more clay for the jigger, please? We're running out. We're losing production.
Sir! Mr. Kevin! Mr. Kevin! What am I making now, sir? What weight?
£4 for the jigger.
£4 for jigger.
£1 for the jolly.
I actually don't know how you're expecting me to work any faster.
Oh, look at that inside there. So that's wasted.
I think it's because there wasn't enough clay.
Not enough clay again.
So there's not enough clay there, is there?
No, that's how important it is to me. And I'm starting to feel this now. That's how important it is to me. That they're the right size, the right weight. Where's my baller? Who's doing my baller? Is that you, Tiger?
Yes.
A lot of them coming underweight.
Pardon?
A lot of them coming underweight.
I haven't actually been measuring the weight of them.
OK. They're coming underweight, so I haven't got enough clay to make my cups.
There's quite a lot of pressure on this job. And now I regret choosing it.
18-year-old Tiger has only been prepping Alistair's clay for 30 minutes. Back in the 1840s, his job would have been done by a child.
It's the diary of a child slave, basically. No other word for it.
This is from the memoirs of Charles Shaw, who was about 7 or 8 years old when he was working in the potteries. Wedging clay for a boy was as common as it was cruel. I had to take a lump of raw clay upon a plaster block, cut it in two with a piece of wire, lift one half above my head, and then bring it down upon the lower half. What is now done by hydraulic pressure was then done by the bone and muscle of a half-fed boy.
Pretty hideous.
Ah, come on, get off. Why won't that come off?
It's just, there's a bit too much clay in that ball, that was all.
So now the balls are too big, so I've got to tell them that or I'm going to be wasting time.
Yeah.
OK. Sorry, the balls are getting too big now.
What are you wanting?
They've just got to be dead on the weight.
Since I've started doing this, because the gentleman there was doing it before, since I've started doing it, honestly, everyone has been...
Probably is. I'm probably using his.
Everyone has been...
I know how good you are. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, mate.
But just so you know, it is really important.
It's really important.
Yeah, so he's not just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Sure.
It makes a big difference in here.
OK, cool. Right, I'll make sure they're perfect. To be honest, I'm not really enjoying this job very much now.
I actually don't mind the fact that I'm doing this job at all. I actually find it quite empowering because I like being physically strong enough to do it. This one's hard on your arms. So sorry.
What I do need is I like the speed to be a nice speed. I don't want it to be too fast or too slow, so it's consistency is what I want.
It's so painful. It's like going one-legged on a cross trainer in a ball gown. Don't people start getting one really beefy leg?
Yeah. It deforms you. That's the job.
It deforms you?
Yeah.
Right.
Excuse me, concentrate.
Sorry, sir. Now I can't even get this lever to go the right way.
Oh, I know what it is. The fly's come loose. Fly pin's loose, Mr. Kevin. It just spins.
I think it's broken.
I tell you what, while this machine's out of operation, I want you to start helping to ball up. Right, I want you to work with these guys here. We're going to take you over and we're going to get you to go on the potter's wheel.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my God.
There we go. OK, you show him what to do.
When you're ready, you can start turning. Keep it wet. Just make sure it's in the middle. It's like building a house. If the foundations aren't right, the house falls down. Clay's got to be in the centre of the wheel before you put the holes in the middle, otherwise it'll fall down. And it isn't. I can see it's not in the middle. Look at the outside of the wheel. Look at that. That's got to be in the middle.
It actually sounds like a sports commentator, like a racing commentator, which actually is not encouraging at all.
I've told you how you do it. You don't move your hands. Your hands are moving and the clay's moving. That's not what we want.
Got no idea how you do it.
What I need you to do is take off as close as possible to the weight you're going to weigh out. Okay. And that's how I want it going to the jigger.
Former one-legged dancer Makita is now balling clay for Colin.
We seem to be getting it on the mould a bit better, so I'm much happier, much more confident, and getting things into the kiln, which is, of course, the most important thing. Relief is unbelievable when you do it right.
1 hour to go, 1 hour to dinner.
You all right? You're looking a bit lost.
I do be too old for their grand yard.
Oh, well, I've got an idea of you making some money, making some oatcakes, maybe.
That'd be very kind, lady.
Follow me.
Pity, that was one.
Women too old or ill for the factories would be forced to go self-employed.
Survival was often about sort of trying to find something that you could sell for some tiny little profit. It was ever so much of a knife-edge existence.
Anne is about to start a fast food franchise.
This is my forte. Had I lived in the Victorian age, I would have been an oat cake maker, and I would have made the most delicious oat cakes in all Victorian England. If you believe that, you believe everything.
She will have to repay the other sellers for her tools and ingredients. Any remaining pennies will be hers.
So that's it. That's it. No more of this slavery stuff now. I'm free enterprise.
£4. It's just physical enough, just enough skill, and I think I'm doing it well, which is always makes me do something better.
What's this in here?
There's bits.
This is terrible. You can't make with this. No, you can't use this. The clay is in an absolutely disgusting state.
What would they like
We've
done?
got dry bits in it. We've got bits of plaster in. It's full of air.
Yes.
Don't use little bits of clay.
Okay.
Try and cut it as close as possible. Ball it up. Make sure you don't trap any air inside.
All right. Thank you, sir. Are you kidding me? How is that not £4?
Makita's still not getting those balls right, even though she's been shown twice.
The problem is they're all paid on what comes out of the oven, the finished product. It's called good from oven. And if it doesn't even make it as far as the oven...
So satisfying.
4. Very good, thank you. That looks like a good one.
Come here, you stupid thing. That's a rolled up one. That's special. Charged up for that one.
Competition will be stiff against the other oatcake makers.
Oh, look at that. Aren't you envious? Look at my oatcake.
That's very good. It's a bit small.
Bit ragged around the ends, but that's a new style. That's a new fashion. Birds are doing very well. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet.
There are only 30 minutes left until dinner.
Look, I made a right old mess of this. Look at my failure pyre. That's my failure pyre.
I need pots on this board. Now.
Okay. Nice, steady, even pressure. One hand on top, one hand on the outside.
Is this speed all right for you?
Yeah, this is good for now.
We need more 4-pound balls of clay in there.
That's got it.
Can I just show you that? That is a thing of beauty.
4 pounds.
That's another one this time.
Another 18 to do.
Yeah, well, it's practice. You're getting better, but it's going to take a while.
There you go.
There
You see it?
Look at
Feel
that.
it?
Look at that. Yeah.
Spots on that one.
I think I'll get away with that.
Ta-da!
Right, folks.
The morning shift is over.
Could I have you in here, please? Machines off. Right. How did we do?
Alistair, you seem to have done very well today. How many did you produce?
Roughly about 45, 50 an hour, which is pretty good going.
So if a skilled worker's rate is 60 an hour, you're pretty close. That's a full man's wage waiting for you.
Super.
Tiger, now you didn't actually produce anything.
No.
You were basically costing us money all the way through.
Zoe, you were working very well and your consistency was really good. So when we come to the money, you'll get a full woman's pay.
Yes.
Colin, you had one of the more technically difficult jobs and you were getting it. You were getting plates out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everything that you produced is going to fail in the firing.
Why?
Because your clay wasn't prepared to standard.
Oh.
So that, I'm afraid, is down to Makita. So I'm afraid that there won't be any money waiting for you so far today.
Okay.
If it goes wrong technically, everybody loses out.
OK, right, get your dinner and be ready for work this afternoon.
We're ready.
Thanks,
boss. Thank you.
When they told us right at the beginning what comes out of the kiln is how you get your pay, then you can understand why, we all feel a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I just feel really like I let everyone down. I don't want to cry over clay, but I just hate that I've just made Colin do badly. Like, he's worked really hard and he's not even getting paid because my clay was so bad.
The pottery workers have 1 hour for dinner. They're due to be paid at the end of the day. Only Anne is able to make some ready cash.
Hot, cheesy oatcake!
Original oatcake! Well, there you go, sir. That's your oatcake. Thank you very much.
Now, careful, they are hot.
Every penny.
Thank you, sir. You've saved a poor old woman from the workhouse. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, thank you. There we go. Who said they wouldn't buy mine? I've sold 2 big ones and I got rid of a misshapen one. Oh, that money feels so good.
Oh, Anne, what you got?
Oatcakes, beautiful oatcakes, wonderful oatcakes.
I don't like oatcakes, but...
There you are, madam.
Thank you, Anne.
Only a penny, only a penny. Wrap it round your cheese and enjoy it. Anybody else want oatcake? Thank you, sir. I've sold out of oatcakes.
Good for a penny.
You're very proud of yourself, Anne.
I don't think it's cooked. Oh, shoot. You tell her.
Ha ha ha. Oh, that feels good, that money. That feels so good.
Porridge!
4, 5.
Take one for the team.
7, 8. I have 9pence here.
It's really awful.
So that's 5pence.
Yeah.
Now I get 2 for a penny, don't I?
Yes, you do. You do.
Right, come on then. Yes. I'll have 2, and I've still got some profit here.
Anne, I don't want to be two-faced, so I just need to tell you, the outside was really lovely, but I think just the inside was a little bit undercooked for me.
If that's your only problem, you're lucky. They've been...
It's all right. I didn't want to offend you.
These are theirs.
Oh my God! You're not even eating.
No, I bought them out of my money.
You bought them out of the money that we gave you to eat yours.
Genius.
Come on then, everybody. Back to work. Pots to be made. These kilns won't fill themselves.
So, fuelled by Anne's delicious oat cakes, our time travellers have to make up for the mistakes of this morning. The potting's already been done and our workers have to prepare the wares for firing this afternoon, and everything has to be of an exceptionally high standard. And if they don't meet that high standard, they won't get paid.
Right. I'm going to allocate your jobs.
So this morning you were preparing the clay and working it. This afternoon you're going to be preparing the kilns and decorating ready for the firing.
So you two, you're going to come with me to the sagger making shop. You're going to go to the placing shop. You two, you're going to go to the decorating shop. Alistair is going to be doing the wearboard carrying.
After a day in the drying room, the unfired pottery greenware is carried to the bottle oven for firing. Carefully packed and stacked in clay containers called saggers.
What we've got here are saggers, and they protect the ware from the coal ash and filth. We take a sagger, place the ware inside, then we put a sausage of clay on the top edge, and then we press them on. Then we take them into the oven. You place the cups into the saggers. Alistair is going to bring the wearboards over. They've got the cups on.
Those boards look so difficult to carry for one person to balance all that stuff. Can I not help Alistair?
No, it's a one-person job. It's a one-person job. Alistair, you come with me and we'll go and get the ware. Take one of the wearboards, carrying like so, and then off we go.
It's like something out of Laurel and Hardy or a Charlie Chaplin movie.
Right, folks, follow me in here. This department is for making the saggers.
The containers that Alistair and Zoe are gingerly packing.
This is the clay that's going to form the walls. What we've got here is the bottom, which was made by the sagger maker's bottom knocker. We're going to wrap this round the mould. This comes over here. Smooth that in, and that's it.
And how many of these would we supposed to produce in an hour?
About one every 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, we're reporting for duty.
Anna Makita will help produce plates en masse for the growing middle class. Work light enough, even for Anne.
This is the pattern that we're going to do. It's quite an intricate pattern.
As the economy grew, more men found work as clerks or managers. For the new middle class, nothing said "I've arrived" quite like a new tea service for entertaining the neighbours.
Probably each one is going to take you 10 minutes or less.
What's the Victorian equivalent of "you must be joking"?
Our workers have 2 hours to complete their various jobs.
Whoops.
Tiger and Colin need to produce 12 saggers.
Oh, God, this is hard, isn't it?
You know what? If we get 1 or 2 out, I'll be impressed.
Well, that was not my fault.
Alistair and Zoe need to transport, load and stack 300 fragile, unfired cups.
We're coming through. This ground is really tricky because it's so uneven. We're coming in.
That's amazing that you've actually managed to do that.
I knocked one off another board when I took that one out.
Did you?
So we're one down. But anyway.
I feel really this is ridiculous. I feel really guilty.
This is my worst nightmare.
I thought you had many nightmares.
And art is one of my worst nightmares.
Makita and Anne need to paint 15 plates each.
You need to be fairly quick, OK?
I'm just trying to even get it the right way up.
How are we meant to get it all even? Look at our clay.
Oh.
I've just effed it up.
It is so hard.
Right, how many have we done?
0, sir.
0.
0.
We need one of these every 10 minutes.
How long have we had?
About 25.
Yeah.
And we haven't produced one.
You've bust one of them out.
I know, I didn't actually do anything, really.
It's half an hour into the shift.
Wow. Wow. Oh, my goodness me. What a beautiful thing. Look at that. The design of this place. You have to watch this, I'm going to get emotional. What's making you emotional?
Just the brilliance of what they did. And sometimes the crapness of what we do now. The crapness of all those shopping centres are just flat, grey buildings. We might have gained some things, but we've lost a huge amount. And this, for me, is the symbol of everything we've lost.
The kilns were lit by firemen. For 3 days, while the ware was fired, they would live and sleep next to the searing heat of the 1,000-degree centigrade ovens.
How are we getting along?
Very slowly, sir, I'm afraid, at the moment.
Can I see some examples of your work, please? That plate's no good. Is it not possible to stay within the lines?
I don't find it so, sir.
If the quality doesn't improve, then they'll be rejected.
Yes.
If they're rejected, nobody gets paid.
Indeed. What is really significant about this is it was just assumed I could do this because I'm female. And all the moaning mingers in the 21st century who say that women are badly treated, they have no idea what they are talking about. They should try coming back here.
Yes, okay. Thickness is a little bit more even. If this comes off, we're in business. Don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it.
Other side, OK, this side down.
After 45 minutes, the first sagger is nearing completion.
That's looking similar.
OK. I'm pretty happy now we've actually managed to get one on here. A minute ago, I was thinking, is this just going to be, like, farcical? I think we've made our first one.
OK.
Our workers are halfway into their shift.
No, I've done it again.
What have you done?
Two of those.
Oh, shit us.
Let's say the boss is watching.
Unfired ware is incredibly fragile.
What's the meaning of this?
2 handles came off, sir, when they were being unloaded from the shelves.
2 handles.
Well, slightly more than when I was last
6
here.
handles and a
6
broken
handles.
cup.
Yeah.
So you're working slowly and you're breaking my ware?
That might not be because there's a problem with lifting them. It might be that the handle isn't being fixed properly.
They were fine when they left over there.
OK, well then it must
So
be
the
us
problem
then.
lies here.
OK, we'll do our
Okay.
best, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, bollocks. Look, I barely touched that. That's ridiculous. That's just like a joke thing.
super sensitive.
Try not to go over the flowers that you can see there, because they're going to be another colour.
To use a 21st century expression, which part of I can't do art doesn't anybody understand?
Yeah, you're upsetting all the workers there.
Upsetting the workers? Why are they upset?
I think we're messing with their serenity.
Art was never a recipe for serenity.
This kiln needs to be filled. You're going to have to go and get the rest of the wearboards from the drying room now.
What, I have to go and carry the board
Yes.
on my own?
Yes, please go and get it now.
Zoe and Alistair are doing really well. They're working hard and they're working fast. They're on a very tight schedule. Although there were men's jobs and there were women's jobs, and although there were boys' jobs and there were adults' jobs, when you needed it, you put all hands to.
There is absolutely no way I can carry that on my own. This is giving me the fear. This is awful.
Just give me one small bit of commentary. I know that.
No, I'm not talking right now. Don't stop it.
Alistair!
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my arms are gone all shaky now.
Did you just bring this through?
Yeah. I was scared.
There are 10 minutes until the end of the shift.
I call this my impressionist bed.
They're still severely substandard, but it is the best we can do.
You're getting all creative with the sausage.
Oh, haven't got time, have I?
Got time, Alistair.
I know.
Oh, no!
Oh, where are we now?
Do you want to do 2 more?
End of the day! End of the day! Report to the yard, please. Evening. Some of the tasks went well today. Alistair and Zoe, you managed to get all of the ware into the kiln. However, there was damage that will come out of your wages.
As to the sagger making, I'm afraid you didn't do very well at all. I can't really use them. They're not good enough.
Anne, you were a dreadful servant, and it seems that you're a dreadful factory worker too. Mikita's plates, however, you produced the full quota, and they were of kiln quality. I think you have redeemed yourself from this morning's balls up.
You'll be able to collect your wages later this evening in the pub. Tiger and Alistair meet me here later. My brother has a brick kiln, which he's firing up. There's the opportunity for you to earn some overtime. Go home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The population in the towns surrounding the potteries increased by 100,000 during the 19th century.
God, I don't think I can do another night like this.
Nearly there.
Pottery workers lived in overcrowded slums, families eating and sleeping in a single room, choked by the smoke and smells of the factories.
OK, that's the women's room. And here's the lads' room.
It's a bit like a little animal shed, isn't it?
They're cold, they're damp. This in itself is a challenge because you can't even come home and relax.
Oh, do you know what?
We've got a wooden thing to sleep on. We've got little sort of straw mattresses. It's going to be cold. It's cramped.
Look at this bed. Colin Jackson is the best bed maker I've ever known. You actually did a hospital corner there.
Even in Victoria times, that's how your bed should look.
It is absolutely immaculate.
You're really going to go and work tonight?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I haven't got no money. He's got to work for me.
You know you don't have to. You're going to get like 2p.
No, but if we're doing overtime, we should get overtime rates. We would now.
Time and a half.
Time and a half.
Their lodging is equipped with a domestic manual and Victorian toiletries.
Oh, my God.
Yes, quite. I don't look too closely these days.
Before Zoe and Mikita head out to collect the group's pay from the pub, it's time for a little Victorian titivation.
I'm bringing colour to the cheeks, grind up cochineal beetles, mix with a little water, apply to the face with a cloth for a natural-looking glow. That sounds fantastic.
You better check in there, because if that's beetles in there, I'm not grinding those up.
No, it's not going to be actual beetles. Oh my God, they are dark! This is it, this is the stuff. Little water, and then we dip a cloth in. Hopefully it would dye the cloth a bit and you get a natural-looking glow. All right, makeup time. Okay, you are beautiful.
I'm feeling it.
Do you want some, man?
No, thank you. Okay. I'm not going to the alehouse, so I don't need it.
Live a little.
It's the night time. We've got to go out on the street.
Yeah, we got. You know how the boys have a chance to make extra money, so do we.
Go and enjoy yourselves. I shall be spending the evening here, and I can read a bit of diary. Oh, that is disgusting.
I feel quite excited about this now. I love this sort of music.
Oh, no! The entire workforce could be paid by the boss or master with a single banknote put behind the bar with the landlord.
There we go. Thank you very much.
It's really nice to be working in an environment with loads of people and slogging it out. And then you come, at the end of the night, you all come to the pub and you see each other because, like, you know, you've got to have a bit of unity. 3 days, nearly.
Well done. Nearly 72 hours.
Nearly 72 hours.
But unscrupulous landlords encouraged the workers to eat and drink their way through their wages before they so much as received a penny. For Alistair and Tiger, the working day isn't over.
Evening.
Evening, Mr. Blanford.
Good evening, Mr. Blanford.
Your hard work today has earned you the opportunity to go and help out tonight. It's not going to be easy work, but you'll earn some good money. Off you go.
Oh, Jesus, I'm not up for this.
They'll work through the night as firemen.
Hello, boys.
Evening, sir.
Hi there. You've come to work on the kiln tonight.
Yeah.
You've got to keep these fires alive. We have to make sure there's air underneath, which means bringing the ash to the front, and then we need to put coal on. If you do a good job, there's some pennies for you at the end of the night.
We'll do our best, bearing in mind that I couldn't light a fire in the kitchen the first night.
Yeah.
This isn't looking good.
Firemen worked their whole lives keeping the kilns alight. 2/3 of them died of lung disease, living 10 years fewer than most men.
It's hard work, actually. It's so hot. And God, it's tiring.
Oh, there is a potato. Yeah, one more.
Thank you.
Have we got enough money for the others?
We've got wages to pick up here.
Oh, yeah.
The landlord isn't the only one on the make. Entertainers were often desperate, unemployed workers.
This is just a start for you. And we bid you good night, gentlemen. Enjoy.
With a bit of beer, it'd be even better.
Well, I'm certainly not drinking any of my ale, sir, so you can certainly have a top up of that.
We're getting fleeced.
Go see the other punters. They were clapping and applauding you too.
This is probably, I have to say, the least favourite thing I've done so far. And look at how much smoke is coming off it.
This is from the memoirs of Charles Shaw, The Diary of a Child in the Potteries. It was no unusual thing for this stove and the chimney pipe to be red with the intense heat of the fire. I would be kept going for 20 minutes or half an hour at a time, the perspiration coursing down my face and back. I have seen sights of sickening brutality inflicted upon mere children, and yet such was the social callousness of the time that neither masters nor men thought of measures to do away with these cruelties.
I think this is the first time I've realised quite what they faced. I mean, these would have been going all the time. So not only are the workers working in unhealthy conditions with breathing in clay dust or whatever else, this is constantly wafting around.
Loads of, like, yeah, I've got loads of stuff in my eyes, not smoke, but actual sort of dusty stuff, I think. Anyway, I'm fine.
Excuse me, can I give you one of those? It's some interesting reading for you.
We demand a fair day's wage for a fair day's work. We are the slaves of capital. We demand to be free. We therefore invite all well-disposed to join our peaceful procession. When is it? Tonight?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
As it's for the good of all that we seek to remove the evils under which we groan.
This sounds like the beginning of the trade reunions.
The 1840s were a time of enormous political unrest. And property-owning middle classes had the vote, but the working classes, the pottery workers, those who had been driving forward the Industrial Revolution, did not. Workers' leaders demanded change.
Known as the Chartists, their demands included the right to vote for all men and wages for MPs, so not only the wealthy could afford to stand for Parliament.
What would it have been before that?
Well, no, they wouldn't have
They wouldn't be able to vote it. Because this is for working members, for working class. So for the working class men, they didn't have the vote.
Righto, folks. Seems you've enjoyed the ale.
Yes.
Seems you've had a bite to eat. All we need to discuss now is payment.
Yeah, well, we were here to pick up our wages.
Because of substandard work, there is no wage.
Why didn't he... What?
We don't understand that. He promised us the money.
That's nothing to do with me. All I'm concerned with, you've eaten my food, you've had my drink, and you owe me for what you've had.
How much do we owe you?
In total, 4 pennies.
4 pennies?
It's insane.
Do you have the money?
We do have the money.
Thank you very much.
That's horrendous, isn't it?
It really doesn't make you want to get up and go to work in the morning, does it?
You can understand why this is in order.
Yeah.
How much money have we got left?
Yeah.
Enough for breakfast, if you want grass.
It's degrading, it's demoralising, and it's depressing.
I knew that it was bad in this age, but really living it 24 hours a day, you just want to cry all the time.
And now, if I'm honest, I do regret giving those dancers the money, because we may need that for food tomorrow. Let's go back.
Yes. Everyone's starting to really, really crack. And a bit fed up, I think.
It'll be 3 a.m. before the men get to bed.
Right, boys. You've had a night of it.
Yeah.
I need to know whether these fires are good enough.
I don't know how much we're going to get paid. I don't think we're going to get time and a half, but if we get a good fee, this could be a regular source of income were we to stay for longer.
You've done a good job. There you go. 2 pennies for you, and 2 for you.
All right. Have a good
Cheers,
evening.
lads.
I know. We get more than that. Considering what we're doing.
Yeah,
If it wasn't time and a half.
Twopence really isn't much, especially when you think of it in modern day terms. That's 2 pence. Can you get with 2 pence? Oh, anyway, let's go to bed. I knew that this was going to be a hard experience, but honestly, I didn't realise quite how difficult and miserable it actually is.
It's early in the morning and it's almost 72 hours into our time travellers' stay in Victorian Britain.
Wakey, wakey.
After last night, they're down to their last pennies, and it's not like the night shift brought in that much money. They're going to have to work extremely hard at today's task, which is packing the pots for shipping, or they're going to go hungry. And, as well as the smoke from the kilns, there's a whiff of revolution in the air.
We got one more night like this, that's all.
Yeah. Starting tomorrow, knowing that it's the last
Knowing
day.
that we have no more nights like this.
What we really miss is like minty, fresh breath. So what I might do is find a lemon and eat it. That's where we're at.
It's actually made my mouth taste of fibres, like Victorian fibres. So this is lemon and bergamot, and they've given it to us to sort of help us to freshen up a little bit. But because we haven't got any toothpaste, we're going to just have a little... Yeah. I'm going to drink it.
My mouth's soapy.
Oh, gosh, does it taste properly like soap powder?
I think we might have done something a bit stupid. Oh, to be fair, sorry. Sorry, but I am just so past anything now.
We were delivered this yesterday, Anne, at the pub.
Chartist demonstration, yes. The grievances of us, the working classes, are deep, and our demands just. Here. Oh, yes, I'm all for this. I like this one, that MPs will be paid. Yes! I love it. I absolutely love it.
So you're going to join
That
in?
MPs will be paid. Makita, we're starting a labour movement. Will you join it?
Absolutely, Anne. Mainly because you got my name right.
Sorry, guys. It's just the demonstration we need you to help us with, and then you can go back to bed. Is that okay? Of course. They've landed at a moment in history when the fight for social and political equality has collided, and inspired to confront the boss.
What we do need, folks, is to be very specific about what we're asking him for. And we're going to say, we don't work today, your production line stopped
deserve our
today.
wages to be protected.
Yeah, tell us what you're going to pay us for the day's labour, and no messing.
Does anybody want any oat cakes? Penny each.
We're coming.
And you have to buy us breakfast because you're the only one with money.
So it's a penny for one of those and a cup of tea.
All in
So
all, it'd be 4 pennies.
We
Could you
need
afford
4p. Yeah, I can do 4p. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Please, can I have one of these?
Yes, help yourself.
Thank you.
If one person suffers for this, we all down tools.
I'm with you, Anne.
Let's go and get the boys. What's been totally unfair is that at the end of the evening, he comes over and says, everything you made yesterday had to be trashed. It all came out no good. That ain't fair.
It's just like literally being stuck between a rock and a hard place, isn't it? You've got no option whatsoever.
The retired MP is back in home territory, politics.
Well, I don't think my family would believe it, but it looks as if I'm about to start a labour movement. It's certainly a standpoint from which I haven't usually had to operate. I haven't been a practising politician for 5 years. Clean forgotten all about it, really. Wage agreed is wage paid. Really felt I'd rediscovered my purpose. He can't produce a single thing if we all down tools. How's he going to get a day's work? How's he going to make any money?
Anne is playing a dangerous game. The establishment did not look kindly on those trying to drum up support for workers' rights. Troublemakers could find themselves imprisoned or transported.
Report to the yard, please. Back to work.
I don't mind a bit of political unrest if we don't do what they ask and we all stand by each other so that they can't just throw us out on the street. We can actually force them to do better things.
Good morning. Morning. This pile of hay here needs sorting into wheat, oats and rye. Should there ever be a product produced that I can sell, it needs to be packed.
We have something to say about that. We were told when we went to the pub that everything we produced was pointless, so we didn't get paid.
The product you all produced yesterday was substandard. I can't sell it. I can't make money. Why should I pay you?
If you thought that our work wasn't good enough, why didn't you tell us there and then?
You were told all day. The
We
balls
work
weren't
for
good
you
enough.
all
The clay
day.
wasn't good enough.
We work
The painting
for you
wasn't
all
good enough.
day. We want pay for our work.
Who paid for the coal and the clay? For you to produce products that I can't sell.
We won't work. We won't work. We want a fair day's pay for a fair day's work.
Where will you go? What will you do?
What will you do with no workers?
If all the workers stand up and say no, then what are you going to do?
Why should I pay you if I have nothing to sell?
It's not exactly what I asked you, is it? Where are you going to get your workers from?
And what are you going to do?
OK, well,
Where
we'll
will you
manage.
go?
We'll manage.
We'll
but
be
I'm
no
asking
worse
you.
off than working for you for nothing. We want a fair day's pay for a fair day's work.
I knew you'd be troublemakers, all of you. Enough! Everybody out! Get out! Out!
Well, what good's the knowledge
Get
doing?
out!
How are you going to make the
Troublemakers
money?
round and you're not wrecking my pottery. Out!
The day will come when a lot
Hope your pottery burns down, sir. Go on! Get out! Go fend for yourselves.
People don't work for nothing. We only work when we get paid.
This was the reality of 19th century life. In this area in particular, things became very violent. The pottery riots of 1842 were centred around here, with rioting on the streets, with troops being called out to quell unrest. Lockouts like this were commonplace amongst this increased tension as people fought for their rights. There's no work. Go.
We're penniless. We've just been kicked out. I mean, we're not a wonderful prospect for anyone right now, taking on a whole load of new workers.
To work so hard and just be so disrespected and unappreciated, it's just almost inhumane. It's like these people don't have consciences.
This must have been a horrible reality, but I find myself asking how much has changed, really. You know, people within the workplace today can speak out, but again, frequently won't.
Hi, Faye.
Yep, that's far enough. Stop right there.
I know we smell. I know that's the reason.
How are you all?
We're on the verge of a workers' revolution.
Well, Miss Widdicombe, I do need to ask you this first. We know you as a Conservative politician. Back in the 19th century, you're leading workers' rights.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in this century, I'm a Labour politician. 2 centuries hence, you'll find me as a Conservative politician. Very proud of both stands.
You have made yourself jobless. You have made yourself destitute. What do you think might happen to you?
I'm hoping there's a wealthy benefactor who maybe thought she was going to get married, got jilted, and she decides
We're just
to
waiting for
take
you.
pity on a small boy with big brown eyes.
You have done 72 hours in 19th century Britain, yes.
Well done.
And the end is very much in sight. I will say farewell to you here, and I will see you for another 24 hours in the past. Dismissed. Next time in 24 Hours in the Past, the destitute time travellers throw themselves on the mercy of the workhouse.
You will be quiet!
Oh my God.
And hit rock bottom.
This isn't about endurance, this is about torture.
I just can't do this anymore. It's ridiculous.
If you're worrying about the fact that you won't get as much lunch as you would do otherwise.
Please don't say that. That's really rude.